Well, folks, we're up and alive after staying up almost all night last night to watch a couple of the most epic matches of the tournament so far. Maybe the most epic matches that we're going to see. Hopefully not. But we're going to get into what happened here in the epic between Dominic Thiem and Nick Kyrgios, and what happened with Djokovic and the Taylor Fritz match. Djokovic's injury, Djokovic's after-match comments on his injury. We're going to look at it, how it affects the tournament going forward, and take a look at the draw here as this little kind of round 3, round 4 update going into the first weekend on the slice. We're going to take a look at it all. I go fair. You look at me, I can
Coming at you from the Delray Beach Open. Miami Open.
The grounds video.
This is
Novak and Dominic DeAndre.
We are here with the man, Milos Raonic.
welcome to the slice.
Well, thanks for being here, folks, and thank you for continuing to stick with us through this Australian Open coverage presented by Top Court. Now, I've obviously talked to you guys about Top Court before, but if you're new here, you can use our code to get a 14-day free trial. You can watch all the videos on their platform. Unbelievable. Taylor Fritz almost took out Novak Djokovic. He's got a whole lesson series on there with his coach, Paul Annacone, on what he does to train, how he serves, how he thinks through things, how he's mentally in the games. So check it out there, the link below. Thank you for the support. Like, subscribe, click all the links. Thank you guys for the support. Seriously, it's so much fun covering this amazing tournament. Again, the Australian Open never proves to fail because it comes after the break. We're all excited for tennis, and then it finally comes here. So now I'm like happy to stay up all night to watch these matches. So it's just awesome. Last night was the first real night where I stayed up all night, and it was definitely the night to do it because we had Nick Kyrgios versus Dominic Thiem, two of my favorite players going at it. Also, two of the most exciting players, in my opinion, on the tour. So what happened with this match is that it was absolute theater. When I was thinking about the come up to this match, I was looking at Nick Kyrgios about to play in front of his home fans on his favorite arena, John Cain Arena. And he's just, on his Instagram, he was talking before. He's like, man, I haven't felt nerves like this in a while. And there's just like an energy in the air. When they walked out of there, it was kind of like a UFC fight. Like there was just so much more, it seemed like, on the line. Like Dominic Thiem, absolute pro now. He's a major winner. He's a big-time champion. And Kyrgios, as competitive as anyone, wants to win for his home crowd. And, you had the extra added little touch there that, unfortunately, Victoria is going back into a 5-day lockdown. So, like, at the end of the night, they're going back to their home. So I think Nick Kyrgios wanted to give his, country people something to cheer for. And he definitely did that. When they got on court, Nick Kyrgios was doing his thing, getting people to, put the noise up. First game of the match, Kyrgios breaks Thiem. Bad news for Kyrgios, or for Thiem. And then it seemed like Kyrgios' energy and, he's doing the volley between the legs. All of it was just catching Thiem a little bit by surprise. Thiem didn't really do too much wrong, to be honest. Made a few bad, weird choices there, but didn't get frustrated, didn't show any emotion, basically. He was just like the Terminator. It was amazing. So Kyrgios wins the first set, and then he goes and wins the second set. And then you're thinking, oh boy. But who's more fit right now on the ATP Tour to come back from a 2-set-to-love deficit? Nobody. Dominic Thiem is the guy to do it. He did it to win his first major, and that's what he did here again. He chased him down. The analogy I use is basically think about like a giraffe and a cheetah. The giraffe gets like a head start, and then a giraffe and a lion, and the giraffe's going, and then all of a sudden out of the bushes comes Dominic Thiem, the lion, just pounces on, and then you see those sad like Animal Planet videos where the giraffe's just walking along. And the lion's like taking him down slowly. That's basically what I felt like I was watching because I had this weird sense because Dominic Thiem's the champion, like I said, that he was coming back. And that's what he did. He latched on. He just took down Kyrgios and just dragged this match out. And it was just too physical, too good. His level never dropped. It definitely got better. Kyrgios didn't physically have it on there to stay, but he did stay pretty good. And it was close till the end. Match point, Dominic Thiem just rips an insanely big backhand. Like, these backhands that Thiem hits, those one-handed rippers where it's like this far from the baseline, that's the hardest shot basically in tennis. Like it's so hard to do that. It's hard to explain how hard it is. But anyways, Dominic Thiem, absolutely amazing. Came through like a legend. He'll be fine for the next match. Looking at the draw, he has got Grigor Dimitrov next, which will actually be a tough match for him because Grigor loves the fast court. But anyways, what happened in Djokovic versus Fritz? So Djokovic versus Fritz, I was like, this could be dangerous. Fritz hits big, but, it's the third round. I expect Djokovic to roll for sure. And so I was watching both these matches side by side, and I was like stimulation overload because they were both going on. I was just like, what do I watch? And Djokovic went up like 5-2, and then he got broken, and then it went to a tiebreaker in the first set. And when he's getting broken after he's ahead, it's not really a good sign for his confidence or where his game's at. But he did end up winning that tiebreaker like he does. And then he won the second set. And then the next thing I know, that's the other thing. The fans were getting on him. There's like a couple hecklers for Djokovic, and then Djokovic was losing his mind at these guys. Like I'm talking, like you saw it, probably sitting on the bench, screaming at them across the court from the bench. It's just like they were getting in his head big time for sure. So that was crazy. I'm like, is that what hurt your abdomen? Like screaming at the fans, like yelling around? Who knows? But in the third set, injury comes out. So it looks like he torn something in his abs. I don't know. So that was hampering him for the third and fourth set. Taylor Fritz wins both of those. And then like we've seen in other times, Djokovic comes back in the fifth set. Maybe the painkillers set in. Maybe he just fights through it. Honestly, that's what champions do. So good on him. I don't think he was faking an injury. I think it's real, obviously. But I'm mind blown and like in awe of how he can get through a match like that. I think if he wasn't winning in that match, he might have retired. He said he was on the brink of retiring. So good on him for winning that. What he said afterwards this is the real big thing. He said afterwards he's not going to train tomorrow, so today. He's trying to find a way to have the slightest chance to go out in less than 48 hours. So he's saying right now there's a small chance that he's playing against Raonic in the next round, which I don't want to see that. I want to see Djokovic come through. This is tough. So injuries suck. This is kind of, if you're a Djokovic fan out there, this is like, honestly, it seems like what we saw with Federer last year at the Australian Open. Federer had 2 long matches against young guys that he probably shouldn't have had those matches with. Then an injury came out. Then he ended up going against Djokovic and losing. But this kind of feels like a similar thing. And Djokovic is getting welcomed to the old age club now. It starts to happen more in your career. So we'll be seeing what happens with Djokovic. Hopefully he can play for sure, but we'll have to see. Fritz, though, played like an absolute legend. That was pretty good baseline to baseline hitting for Fritz. He's definitely improved. He's almost going to take it to that next level, I think. Let's take a look at the draw, though, going forward. We got Medvedev playing right now against Krajinovic. That's a good match. Rublev versus Lopez today. Tsitsipas versus Mikael Ymer from Sweden. Great match there. And then we got Nadal versus Cam Norrie tonight. But on the top half of the draw, the fourth round is set. And it's extreme. So if Djokovic does play, he'll play friend of the show, obviously, Milos Raonic, who we've literally interviewed. We'll be synced up here. We've interviewed Milos about how Djokovic breaks Niels' serve so easy. Why is it so hard to serve against Djokovic? Listen to Milos' response here. It's our best interview. It's amazing. Thank you guys again for helping make that happen. I'm going to be pulling for Raonic big time in that because he's a Canadian boy, friend of the show, and I think he's got some tricks up his sleeves that he can use, especially if Djokovic is not feeling 100%. Then we got Lajovic versus Zverev. I'm expecting Zverev to come through that. He's playing good. He's hitting the ball big. He is mashing the tennis ball. It's kind of crazy to see. Then we got Thiem versus Dimitrov. That's going to be a beautiful match to watch. Again, I think Thiem's that favorite for sure, but Dimitrov has had very good success on these courts when it's fast, so he could be dangerous for sure. And then Felix Auger-Aliassime, who beat Shapovalov in the last round in 3 sets. This is a great result for FAA, as they would say. So FAA will be playing Aslan Karatsev, the Russian qualifier who is murdering people in this tournament. Look at the last score lines. He beat Schwartzman 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. To be fair, Schwartzman's not that great on a fast hard court. But before that, he beat Gerasimov 6-0, 6-1, 6-0. Like, this guy is actually taking names. It's crazy. So that could be a very dangerous match for Felix. And then Karatsev could go right into the quarterfinals there to play either Thiem or Dimitrov. You never know. Wilder things have happened. So we got Nadal. His back is sore. Is it going to hold up? How is he going to play? He's got not the toughest match versus Norrie. And then it's either Fognini or De Minaur. That could be tough. And Djokovic looking like he might not even be able to show up. So what are these guys, 2 of the GOATs, going to do going into this? We got adversity. This is what's called adversity in the 3rd and 4th rounds for Djokovic and Nadal. And we're going to see how they handle it. But this has been the Slice's continued coverage of the Australian Open. Let me know what you think about Djokovic's injury below. I've been respectful. I don't want to hear anyone say that I doubted his injury. Like I said, I didn't. I believe he's obviously clearly got an injury. It's just crazy that he battled through it. I want to know your thoughts on the injury, thoughts on what's going to happen, is he going to play or not, and thoughts about everything else that happened and the Thiem Kyrgios match, because to me that was one of my favorite matches I've ever seen. I honestly don't think there's a better show in tennis than Nick Kyrgios playing his style of tennis in a packed stadium like that. It is amazing to see. I'm so stoked to be watching tennis and covering with you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. Click the links below. Check out our videos. We love you guys. Thanks for the support. Wait, before you head out there, folks, I know you're a tennis fan because you watched this video and you might go play some tennis or purchase some new tennis gear, but don't do that before going to courtsidesports.com, where you can get brand new gear like this brand new Head Radical, the brand new Yonex V-Core, the Addy Zero Ubersonic, or the Polytour Rev String. All the new gear on courtsidesports.com you can get for 10% off using our code, just because we love you, and our friends at Courtside Sports are the best online store in the world. So check them out, link below right now.